Chosen ones, the time has come to rid your life of the things that are holding you back, for the urgency of this moment cannot be overstated. You have been given a unique gift, a destiny that is yours to fulfill, but there are obstacles in your path that must be removed immediately. These obstacles are not external. They are within you, limiting beliefs, negative patterns, and destructive habits that have taken root in your mind. They cloud your vision, weaken your resolve, and prevent you from stepping into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The world is waiting for you to rise, but first, you must cleanse yourself of these inner barriers. The journey to your highest potential begins with a decisive act to take out of your life that which no longer serves you. Let us embark on this journey together, with the clarity and determination that this moment demands. Doubt and fear, these two companions of the mind, have a profound influence on our lives. They are subtle, often creeping in unnoticed, yet their impact is substantial, shaping the very fabric of our reality. Doubt questions your abilities, your dreams, and your worthiness. It whispers in your ear, making you hesitate, second-guessing every step you take. Fear, on the other hand, paralyzes you, keeping you rooted in place, too afraid to move forward, to explore new possibilities. Together, doubt and fear form a potent barrier that can keep you from achieving your full potential. But what if you could remove these obstacles from your life? What if you could rid yourself of the doubt and fear that hold you back? Imagine the freedom, the clarity, and the power that would come from living without these mental chains. To do this, you must first understand that doubt and fear are not external forces, they are internal creations. They exist only because you allow them to. They are born from your thoughts, your beliefs, and your past experiences. And just as you created them, you have the power to dissolve them. The first step in removing doubt and fear is to recognize them for what they are: illusions. They are not real, but rather a product of your mind. Doubt is the result of a lack of self-confidence, a belief that you are not capable or worthy. Fear is the anticipation of something that has not yet happened, a projection of a negative outcome that exists only in your imagination. By acknowledging that these feelings are self-imposed, you begin to strip them of their power. Next, you must confront these feelings head-on. Avoiding them only gives them more strength. When doubt arises, challenge it. Ask yourself why you doubt your abilities. What evidence do you have to support this doubt? More often than not, you will find that the evidence is flimsy or non-existent. The same goes for fear. What is it that you are afraid of? What is the worst that could happen? By facing your fears and doubts directly, you start to see them for the baseless thoughts they are. Another powerful tool in removing doubt and fear is visualization. Visualization is the practice of creating vivid mental images of your desired outcomes. When doubt and fear start to creep in, close your eyes and visualize yourself succeeding. See yourself overcoming obstacles, achieving your goals, and living the life you desire. The more detailed and realistic your visualization, the more powerful it becomes. Over time, this practice will help to rewire your brain, replacing doubt and fear with confidence and certainty. Affirmations are another effective method for combating doubt and fear. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, reinforcing your belief in your abilities and your worthiness. When doubt and fear start to take hold, counter them with affirmations. Say to yourself, I am capable, I am worthy, I am strong, and I can do this. The more you repeat these affirmations, the more they will become ingrained in your subconscious mind, eventually replacing the negative thoughts that have held you back. It's also important to surround yourself with positivity. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the environment you live in all have an impact on your mindset. If you are constantly exposed to negativity, it will be much harder to overcome doubt and fear. Seek out positive influences, whether it's supportive friends and family, uplifting books and movies, or a peaceful and inspiring environment. The more positivity you surround yourself with, the easier it will be to maintain a positive mindset. Finally, take action. The longer you wait, the stronger doubt and fear become. Action is the antidote to fear. When you take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you can overcome obstacles, and that you can achieve your goals. You start small if you need to, but start. Each step you take will build momentum, gradually eroding the doubt and fear that have been holding you back. Removing doubt and fear from your life is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It requires consistent effort and self-awareness. But the rewards are immense. As you remove these obstacles, you will find yourself feeling lighter, more confident, and more in control of your life. You will be able to pursue your goals with greater clarity and determination, and you will start to see the results you desire. Remember, you are not a victim of your thoughts, you are the creator of your reality. By taking control of your mind, you can remove the doubt and fear that have been holding you back and step into the life you were meant to live. The world around you is filled with influences, both positive and negative. These influences come in many forms: people, environments, habits, and even your own thoughts. While positive influences can uplift you, inspire you, and propel you forward, negative influences have the opposite effect. They drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and keep you stuck in a lower state of being. If you are to fulfill your potential, it is crucial that you remove these negative influences from your life. The first step in removing negative influences is to identify them. This requires a level of self-awareness and honesty that can be uncomfortable, but is necessary for growth. Start by taking a close look at the people in your life. Are there individuals who consistently bring you down, criticize you, or belittle your dreams? These are the people who drain your energy and make you doubt yourself. They may be well-meaning, but their negativity is toxic to your growth. It is important to set boundaries with these individuals, and in some cases you may need to distance yourself from them entirely. Next, consider your environment. Where do you spend most of your time? Is it a place that inspires you, or does it feel heavy and draining? Your environment has a profound impact on your mood and mindset. If you are surrounded by clutter, noise, or chaos, it can be difficult to focus and feel at peace. Take the time to create a space that supports your well-being. This might mean decluttering, adding plants or artwork that inspire you, or simply making sure that your space is clean and organized. A positive environment is one that nurtures your mind and soul, allowing you to thrive. Your habits are another area where negative influences can take hold. Habits are powerful because they shape your daily life, often without you even realizing it. Take a close look at your routines and behaviors. Are there habits that are holding you back? Perhaps you spend too much time on social media, comparing yourself to others and feeling inadequate. Maybe you have a habit of procrastinating, putting off important tasks until the last minute, which leads to stress and anxiety. Or perhaps you have developed unhealthy eating or sleeping habits that leave you feeling sluggish and unfocused. Whatever the case may be, it is important to identify these negative habits and replace them with positive ones. Start small, making one change at a time, and gradually build new habits that support your goals and well-being. Your own thoughts can also be a source of negative influence. Negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, and a pessimistic outlook can all sabotage your efforts to create a better life. Pay attention to the thoughts that run through your mind on a daily basis. Are they supportive and encouraging, or do they criticize and tear you down? If you find that your thoughts are predominantly negative, it is time to make a change. Start by challenging these negative thoughts. Ask yourself if they are really true, or if they are just old patterns that no longer serve you. Replace them with positive affirmations, and over time you will begin to see a shift in your mindset. Another important aspect of removing negative influences is to limit your exposure to negative media. The news, social media, and even certain TV shows and movies can all have a negative impact on your mood and mindset. While it is important to stay informed, it is also crucial to protect your mental health. Be selective about the media you consume, and make a conscious effort to seek out positive, uplifting content. This might mean following inspirational accounts on social media, watching documentaries that inspire you, or reading books that uplift and motivate you. Finally, it is important to cultivate positive influences in your life. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, inspire you, and support your dreams. Seek out environments that nurture your soul and allow you to thrive. Develop habits that align with your goals and well-being. Fill your mind with positive thoughts and affirmations. The more you surround yourself with positivity, the easier it will be to remove negative influences from your life. Removing negative influences is an ongoing process, but it is one that is essential for your growth and well-being. As you begin to clear out the negativity from your life, you will find that you have more energy, more clarity, and a greater sense of purpose. You will be able to pursue your goals with confidence and determination, and you will start to see the results you desire. Remember, you have the power to create the life you want. By removing negative influences, you are taking an important step toward realizing your full potential. The beliefs you hold about yourself and the world around you shape your reality. They influence your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately the outcomes you experience in life. However, not all beliefs are empowering. Some beliefs, known as limiting beliefs, can hold you back from reaching your full potential. These are the beliefs that tell you that you are not good enough, that you cannot achieve your goals, or that success is reserved for others, but not for you. If you are to create the life you desire, it is crucial that you identify and release these limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are often deeply ingrained in our subconscious minds, formed during childhood, or as a result of past experiences. They are the product of our environment, the messages we received from our parents, teachers, and society, and the experiences we had growing up. For example, if you were told as a child that you were not good at math, you might have developed the belief that you are not intelligent, which could have affected your academic performance and career choices. Similarly, if you experienced rejection or failure in the past, you might have developed the belief that you are not worthy of love or success. The first step in releasing limiting beliefs is to identify them. This requires a level of self-awareness and introspection. Start by paying attention to the thoughts that run through your mind on a daily basis. What do you tell yourself when faced with a challenge or an opportunity? Do you believe that you can succeed, or do you doubt your abilities? If you find yourself thinking things like, "I'm not good enough, I can't do this," or "I'm not worthy," these are signs of limiting beliefs. Once you have identified your limiting beliefs, it is important to challenge them. Ask yourself where these beliefs came from. Are they based on facts, or are they simply assumptions you have made based on past experiences? More often than not, you will find that these beliefs are not grounded in reality, but are rather the result of fear, insecurity, or past trauma. By questioning the validity of these beliefs, you begin to strip them of their power. Another powerful tool for releasing limiting beliefs is visualization. Visualization is the practice of creating vivid mental images of your desired outcomes. When you visualize yourself succeeding, achieving your goals, and living the life you desire, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. Over time, this practice can help to replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. For example, if you have a limiting belief that you are not good enough, visualize yourself excelling in your chosen field, receiving praise and recognition for your work. The more detailed and realistic your visualization, the more powerful it becomes. Affirmations are another effective method for releasing limiting beliefs. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, reinforcing your belief in your abilities and your worthiness. When you catch yourself thinking a limiting belief, counter it with an affirmation. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I am capable of achieving my goals." The more you repeat these affirmations, the more they will become ingrained in your subconscious mind, eventually replacing the limiting beliefs that have held you back. It is also important to take action. Limiting beliefs often keep us stuck in a state of inaction, afraid to take risks or pursue our goals. By taking small, consistent steps toward your goals, you begin to build momentum and confidence. Each time you take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable, and you begin to weaken the hold that your limiting beliefs have on you. Start with small, manageable tasks, and gradually work your way up to bigger challenges. The more you accomplish, the more your confidence will grow, and the easier it will be to release your limiting beliefs. Another important aspect of releasing limiting beliefs is to surround yourself with positivity, people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the environment you live in all have an impact on your mindset. If you are constantly exposed to negativity, it will be much harder to overcome your limiting beliefs. Seek out positive influences, whether it's supportive friends and family, uplifting books and movies, or a peaceful and inspiring environment. The more positivity you surround yourself with, the easier it will be to maintain a positive mindset. Releasing limiting beliefs is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It requires consistent effort and self-awareness. But the rewards are immense. As you release these beliefs, you will find yourself feeling lighter, more confident, and more in control of your life. You will be able to pursue your goals with greater clarity and determination, and you will start to see the results you desire. Remember, you are not a victim of your beliefs, you are the creator of your reality. By taking control of your mind, you can release the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back and step into the life you were meant to live. Taking inspired action is a critical step in manifesting your desires. It is not enough to simply think positively or visualize your goals. You must also take action toward them. However, not all action is created equal. Inspired action is action that is aligned with your intuition, your inner guidance, and your higher self. It is action that feels natural, effortless, and in flow with the universe. When you take inspired action, you are not forcing or pushing yourself. Instead, you are allowing yourself to be guided by a higher power. The first step in taking inspired action is to tune into your intuition. Your intuition is your inner voice, your inner knowing, that guides you toward what is right for you. It is that feeling in your gut that tells you whether something is right or wrong. However, in our busy lives, it is easy to ignore or dismiss our intuition. To take inspired action, you must learn to listen to your intuition and trust it. This requires quieting the noise of the outside world and turning inward. Meditation, journaling, and spending time in nature are all powerful tools for connecting with your intuition. Once you have tuned into your intuition, pay attention to the ideas, thoughts, and impulses that come to you. These are often the seeds of inspired action. They may come as a sudden insight, a creative idea, or a strong urge to do something. When these ideas come to you, don't dismiss them or overthink them. Instead, take action on them. The key to inspired action is to act on these impulses quickly, before doubt or fear has a chance to set in. The more you practice this, the easier it will become to recognize and act on inspired ideas. Another important aspect of taking inspired action is to be open to unexpected opportunities. The universe often works in mysterious ways, and the path to your goals may not always be a straight line. Sometimes opportunities will come to you that may not seem directly related to your goals, but they are stepping stones on your journey. Be open to these opportunities and be willing to take action on them, even if they take you out of your comfort zone. Trust that the universe is guiding you toward your highest good, and that each step you take is leading you closer to your desired outcome. It is also important to let go of the need for control when taking inspired action. Often we become so focused on a specific outcome or a specific way of achieving our goals that we close ourselves off to other possibilities. Inspired action requires a certain level of surrender, a willingness to let go of control and allow the universe to work its magic. This does not mean that you do nothing or that you become passive, but rather that you trust in the process and remain open to the guidance that comes to you. When you let go of control, you create space for the universe to bring you what you desire in ways that you may not have imagined. Another key to taking inspired action is to stay in a state of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force that attracts more of what you want into your life. When you are grateful for what you have and for the opportunities that come your way, you are in a state of receiving. This state of receiving allows you to be open to the guidance and inspiration that the universe is sending you. Practice gratitude daily, whether through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a few moments each day to reflect on the blessings in your life. Finally, taking inspired action requires patience and persistence. The path to your goals may not always be clear, and there may be obstacles along the way. It is important to remain patient and persistent in your efforts. Trust that each step you take is bringing you closer to your desired outcome, even if you cannot see the results right away. Remember that the universe has its own timing, and that everything will unfold in the right way and at the right time. Keep taking action, keep trusting, and keep moving forward. Taking inspired action is a powerful way to manifest your desires and create the life you want. It requires a deep connection with your intuition, a willingness to trust in the guidance of the universe, and the courage to take action on the ideas and impulses that come to you. As you practice taking inspired action, you will begin to see the results in your life. Opportunities will start to appear, doors will open, and you will find yourself moving closer to your goals with greater ease and flow. Remember, you are a co-creator with the universe, and by taking inspired action, you are aligning yourself with the forces that are working to bring your desires into reality. Creating a vision board is a powerful tool for manifesting your desires. A vision board is a visual representation of your goals and dreams, a collection of images, words, and symbols that represent what you want to achieve in your life. It serves as a constant reminder of your intentions, helping you to stay focused and motivated as you work toward your goals. When done correctly, a vision board can help you to clarify your desires, align your energy with your goals, and attract what you want into your life. The first step in creating a vision board is to get clear on your goals and desires. What do you want to achieve in your life? What are your dreams, your aspirations, and your deepest desires? Take some time to reflect on these questions and write down your answers. Be specific and detailed in your descriptions. The clearer you are about what you want, the more effective your vision board will be. This is your opportunity to dream big and to think about what you really want out of life. Once you have a clear idea of your goals and desires, it's time to gather materials for your vision board. You'll need a large piece of poster board or corkboard, as well as magazines, photos, and other images that resonate with your goals. You can also include words, quotes, and affirmations that inspire you. The goal is to create a collage of images and words that represent your desired outcomes. Take your time with this process and choose images and words that truly resonate with you. As you begin to create your vision board, focus on the feelings and emotions that your desired outcomes evoke. How do you want to feel when you achieve your goals? What emotions do you want to experience on a daily basis? These feelings and emotions are just as important as the physical manifestations of your desires. When you focus on the emotions behind your goals, you are aligning your energy with the vibration of what you want to attract. As you place each image or word on your vision board, take a moment to connect with the feelings and emotions that it represents. Another important aspect of creating a vision board is to use the power of visualization. As you place each image or word on your board, take a few moments to close your eyes and visualize yourself experiencing what the image or word represents. See yourself living your dream life, achieving your goals, and experiencing the emotions that come with it. The more vivid and detailed your visualization, the more powerful it becomes. Visualization helps to reprogram your subconscious mind and align your energy with your desired outcomes. It's also important to place your vision board in a location where you will see it every day. This serves as a constant reminder of your goals and helps to keep your intentions at the forefront of your mind. Whether it's in your bedroom, your office, or another prominent location in your home, make sure that your vision board is somewhere you will see it frequently. The more you see it, the more it will reinforce intentions and keep you focused on your goals. Another powerful tool to use in conjunction with your vision board is affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce your belief in your ability to achieve your goals. As you look at your vision board each day, take a few moments to repeat your affirmations. For example, if one of your goals is to achieve financial abundance, you might say, "I am worthy of financial abundance, and it is flowing into my life with ease." The more you repeat these affirmations, the more they will become ingrained in your subconscious mind, helping to attract your desired outcomes into your life. It's also important to take action toward your goals. While a vision board is a powerful tool for manifesting your desires, it is not a substitute for action. Use your vision board as a source of inspiration and motivation, but also take concrete steps toward your goals. Break down your goals into smaller, manageable tasks and take action on them consistently. Each step you take brings you closer to your desired outcomes, and your vision board can serve as a reminder of why you are working toward your goals in the first place. Finally, it's important to be patient and trust the process. Manifesting your desires takes time, and it's important to remain patient and persistent in your efforts. Trust that the universe is working in your favor, and that everything will unfold in the right way and at the right time. Keep your focus on your vision board, continue to take inspired action, and stay open to the opportunities and guidance that come your way. Remember, you are a co-creator with the universe, and your vision board is a powerful tool for bringing your desires into reality. As you release these burdens from your life, you will find that the path ahead becomes clearer, brighter, and more aligned with your true purpose. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable will fade away, revealing the limitless potential that has always been within you. Remember, you are the architect of your reality, and by removing what no longer serves you, you create space for new opportunities, growth, and transformation. The urgency of this moment is not to be ignored. It is a call to action, a call to step fully into your power. Trust in the process. Stay committed to your journey, and know that by taking this step, you are aligning yourself with the life you were destined to live. The world is ready for you now. It's time for you to be ready for the world. There will come a moment in your journey when you find yourself walking a solitary path. No allies, no resources, and no comfort. You'll feel the weight of the world pressing down on you, your energy drained, your pockets empty. It is in these moments that the essence of your power is revealed. What if I told you that being alone, broke and tired is the birthplace of your greatest triumph? When we speak of destiny, most people imagine it as a force outside themselves, something predetermined, a path laid out by unseen forces. But the truth is far from that. Your destiny is not written by some external power. It is shaped and molded by the actions you take, the beliefs you hold, and the choices you make. And when everything falls away, when friends, resources, and comforts are stripped from you, that is when the most profound opportunity for transformation emerges. It is in these darkest moments, where you stand alone, that the greatest power within you begins to surface. You see, self-reliance is not just a matter of being independent or capable. It is a declaration of faith in your own power to create, to change, and to build. When you rely on others, on circumstances, or on external validation, you are tethering your potential to forces beyond your control. But when you choose self-reliance, especially when the odds are against you, you are declaring that you alone hold the power to transform your reality. That is the true shaping of destiny. In moments of isolation, when it feels as though no one can help you, you must remember that everything you need is already within. The tools to reshape your world lie in your thoughts, your beliefs, and your ability to see beyond what is currently in front of you. Relying on yourself in the hardest times builds the muscle of resilience, a force that will serve you for the rest of your life. It's easy to move forward when things are going well, when the wind is at your back, and when support is readily available. But when you're on your own, broken and tired, that's when true growth occurs. Transformation does not happen in comfort. It happens when you are pushed to your limits, when every fiber of your being screams for rest, and yet you choose to continue. That choice, made in the darkest of times, is what shapes your future. And it is through those choices, made in solitude, that you become the author of your destiny. The external world will always reflect the strength of your inner world. If you can stand tall, even when you have no one to lean on, no money to spend, and no energy to spare, then you are forging a destiny that no external force can alter. We often think of abundance as something we must acquire: money, success, recognition. But true abundance does not come from external sources. It is born in the mind. The greatest tool you possess, no matter your circumstances, is your imagination. It is through imagination that you can envision a life far different from the one you are currently living. And through that vision, you can begin to manifest the changes necessary to bring it into reality. Your imagination is limitless, and it is through this limitless faculty that you unlock the door to all possibilities. When the world around you seems bleak, when your bank account is empty, and your energy is low, it is your imagination that can transport you to a place of abundance. But this is not just about daydreaming or wishful thinking. This is about creating in vivid detail the life you desire and then holding that vision in your mind until it begins to materialize in the world around you. What you focus on grows. If you spend your days thinking about what you lack, focusing on your exhaustion and financial struggles, that is what will continue to dominate your reality. But if you shift your focus, if you use your imagination to see abundance, even when it feels far away, you are planting the seeds for that abundance to take root in your life. The mind is a fertile ground, and what you sow in your thoughts will eventually bloom in your reality. The power of imagination is not to be underestimated. It is the tool through which all great creators have shaped their world. Before any invention, any success, any breakthrough, there was first a thought, a vision held firmly in the mind. Your imagination allows you to break free from the chains of your current circumstances and move toward a future that aligns with your deepest desires. In moments of tiredness and financial struggle, when the weight of the world feels unbearable, it is your imagination that can provide a glimpse of the life you are working toward. When you are tired, when every bone in your body aches from the effort, and when your financial situation seems hopeless, it's easy to feel like giving up. But it is precisely in these moments, when all seems lost, that your persistence will determine the outcome of your journey. Adversity is not just an obstacle, it is a teacher. It is through hardship that you discover your true strength, your capacity to endure, and your ability to overcome. The world has a way of testing you when you are at your weakest. It is almost as if the universe asks, how badly do you want it? It is easy to push forward when everything is going well. But when you are broken, exhausted, that is when your resolve is truly put to the test. Do you have the strength to keep going when every part of you wants to stop? That is the question adversity asks, and the answer to that question will define your success. Persistence is not about brute strength or endless energy. It is about refusing to give up, even when it feels like there is nothing left in you. It is about taking one more step when the path ahead looks insurmountable. Every step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goal. And it is through those small, consistent steps taken in the face of adversity that you build the resilience necessary to achieve anything. Adversity may seem like a curse, but it is in fact a blessing. It is through adversity that you are sharpened, refined, and made stronger. The trials you face are not there to break you, they are there to build you. Every time you push through exhaustion, every time you find a way to move forward when your bank account is empty, you are proving to yourself and to the universe that you are worthy of the success you seek. It is persistence in the face of hardship that transforms dreams into reality. Keynote 4 Faith. In the unseen, the circumstances around you may appear bleak, but faith allows you to see beyond the present limitations. When the world seems to close in around you, when your efforts seem to yield no immediate results, it is easy to feel defeated. Life, at times, can feel like an endless string of challenges, each one pulling you further into despair, especially when you are tired, broke, and alone. But faith is the bridge between where you are and where you are destined to be. Faith is the ability to see beyond the tangible, beyond the circumstances that seem so real and overwhelming in the present moment. It is the capacity to believe in something greater than what your eyes can currently perceive. Faith, in its purest form, is not about clinging to hope in the absence of evidence. It is about knowing, with every fiber of your being, that what you seek is already on its way to you. The unseen is just as real as the visible world, and faith connects you to that unseen reality. I think of faith as the quiet, unshakable assurance that even though the evidence of your success, abundance, or relief is not yet visible, it exists and is simply waiting for the right conditions to reveal itself. In the toughest of times, when you are most weary and it feels as though you are walking through life blindfolded, it is faith that keeps you moving forward. Faith does not require immediate rewards or signs that things are improving. It thrives in the absence of visible results, because it is rooted in the belief that reality is shaped by the invisible forces of thought, intention, and energy. When your external world is filled with lack, when you're grappling with financial hardship, and when your physical body is tired, faith calls you to trust in the unseen power that is already orchestrating the answers you need. Faith is not passive. It is active. It compels you to act as though your desired outcome is already assured, even when logic and evidence tell you otherwise. This does not mean ignoring your reality, but rather seeing beyond it. It means understanding that the circumstances in front of you are temporary, while the power of your faith has the potential to shift the entire trajectory of your life. Faith allows you to envision a future so vivid, so certain, that the challenges you face today become mere stepping stones to your success. When you have faith in the unseen, you become less concerned with the timing of events. You trust that the delays you experience are not denials, but are instead part of a greater plan unfolding. This trust relieves you from the burden of frustration or impatience. It grants you peace, even in moments of deep exhaustion or financial struggle, because you know that the outer world will eventually conform to the inner vision you have been holding on to with unwavering belief. Your life is a reflection of your inner state. The struggles you face, the opportunities that arise, the people you attract, these are all manifestations of the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions you carry within you. To transform your external reality, you must first change what is happening inside of you. This is a fundamental truth that most people overlook, especially when they find themselves in challenging circumstances. When you're tired, broke, or feeling defeated, it's easy to believe that external forces are conspiring against you. But in reality, your inner world is the source of your power, and it is from within that you must begin the process of creation. The idea that creation starts within means that everything you see around you began first as an idea, a thought, or a belief. When you believe you are capable, opportunities present themselves. When you carry a sense of worthiness, abundance follows. Conversely, when you harbor thoughts of scarcity, self-doubt, or hopelessness, the world mirrors those beliefs back to you. The physical state of being tired or broke does not define your potential. It is simply a temporary reflection of a deeper internal condition. In moments of hardship, it is crucial to focus on reshaping your internal beliefs. If you feel stuck, ask yourself what thoughts are dominating your mind. Are you focused on lack, on how little energy or money you have? Or are you cultivating thoughts of abundance, despite what your current reality looks like? Your thoughts and beliefs are powerful tools, capable of shaping not just your perception, but your entire reality. When you shift your internal state, when you choose to believe in your own worth, your own power, and your own ability to overcome, you begin to change the course of your life. This is not to suggest that you ignore the challenges in front of you, but rather that you understand their source. If you can trace the hardship back to a limiting belief or a negative pattern of thinking, you gain the power to alter it. You are not a passive observer in your own life, subject to the whims of fate or circumstance. You are a creator, and the raw material you work with is your own mind. By shifting your internal dialogue, by reinforcing your beliefs in your worthiness and capability, you set the stage for external change. The feeling of lack, whether it is a lack of money, resources, or energy, can be overwhelming. It's easy to equate scarcity with something that's happening to you, as if you are a victim of forces beyond your control. However, lack is often more about perception than reality. Scarcity, in most cases, begins in the mind, and it is the mindset of lack that continues to perpetuate it. In other words, your thoughts about scarcity are what keep it alive in your experience. When you focus on what you don't have, when your thoughts are consumed by what is missing in your life, you are feeding the very energy of scarcity. This creates a cycle where the more you focus on lack, the more you experience it. Shifting your perception means turning your attention away from what is missing and instead focusing on what you do have. It is not an exercise in denial, but a powerful practice of redirecting your mental energy. Your thoughts are creative, and what you focus on expands. When you allow yourself to dwell on the idea of scarcity, you reinforce its presence in your life. But when you shift your focus to abundance, even if it feels far from your current experience, you begin to change the way you interact with the world. This shift starts with small changes in perception. Rather than seeing an empty bank account as proof of failure, you begin to see it as a temporary state that is subject to change. Rather than interpreting tiredness as a sign that you are defeated, you begin to see it as an opportunity to rest, recharge, and approach your goals with renewed energy. Scarcity is not a permanent condition. It is a reflection of the thoughts you hold, and those thoughts are within your control. As you begin to cultivate thoughts of abundance by focusing on the possibilities rather than the limitations, you begin to invite more of what you desire into your life. The energy of abundance starts with a shift in mindset, and once you change the way you think about lack, your external circumstances will gradually follow. You will find that what once seemed impossible becomes achievable, not because your situation changed overnight, but because your perception of it did. Mastery is not something that arrives overnight. It is the result of countless trials, mistakes, and repeated efforts. When you find yourself facing hardship, especially when you are alone, It can feel like the world is conspiring against you. Yet it is through these solitary struggles that you begin to develop true mastery over your life. The moments when you are at your lowest, when everything seems too difficult to bear, are the very moments that are shaping you into a master of your own destiny. Endurance is the key to mastery. Every time you push through exhaustion, when the resources are scarce and your energy is depleted, you are building a deeper understanding of yourself and your capabilities. Mastery doesn't come from ease or comfort. It comes from continuing to move forward when everything inside of you is screaming to stop. Those moments of perseverance, when you face the trials of life alone, are the moments when you are actively learning how to navigate the complexities of your own existence. The most profound lessons are often learned in solitude. When you rely only on yourself, when there are no safety nets, you are forced to tap into reserves of strength and creativity you may not have known you possessed. This is how mastery is cultivated, by continuously pushing through adversity, by testing your limits and discovering that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. When you think of endurance, do not think of it as simply pushing through pain or hardship for the sake of suffering. Endurance, in the context of mastery, is about learning how to maintain focus and commitment to your vision, even when the path is unclear or difficult. With each trial you face alone, you become more adept at navigating the challenges that life presents. The next time adversity strikes, you are not starting from scratch. You have already built the mental and emotional fortitude to face the challenge, and this cumulative experience brings you closer to mastering your own life. Endurance also teaches you patience. Mastery is not about quick success. It's about understanding that the process is long, often filled with setbacks, but that each setback is a step forward in your personal evolution. It is in those moments of struggle, when you are broke, tired, and seemingly without support, that you are developing the kind of resilience and clarity necessary for long-term success. This is the foundation of mastery, the ability to see beyond immediate circumstances and remain steadfast in your pursuit of your goals. Each time you endure a trial, you learn more about yourself. You learn how to manage your emotions, how to maintain focus under pressure, and how to strategize when resources are limited. Over time, this accumulated wisdom becomes the foundation upon which you build mastery. You begin to trust yourself more, knowing that you have already faced difficult situations and come out stronger. This self-trust is essential for mastery, because it allows you to take risks, knowing that you can handle whatever challenges arise. There's a profound difference between physical exhaustion and spiritual exhaustion. While your body may feel tired, drained from the daily grind, your spirit can still be vibrant and full of life when you are connected to a deep sense of conviction. Conviction, the unwavering belief in your vision, your purpose, or your goal has the power to sustain you, even when your physical energy wanes. It is this inner belief that provides rest and renewal, even in the midst of chaos. When you are driven by conviction, you are connected to a deeper well of energy. This energy is not something that can be seen or measured, but it is felt in the way you keep going, even when every muscle in your body aches for rest. It is felt in the way you find the strength to push through barriers, not because you have an endless supply of physical energy, but because your spirit refuses to quit. Conviction fuels you in a way that external circumstances cannot. It is easy to lose faith when you are tired, broke, and overwhelmed by life's challenges. But when your conviction remains strong, it provides a source of rest. This rest is not about lying down or stepping away. It is about the peace that comes from knowing that what you are pursuing is worth every ounce of effort, every sleepless night, and every step forward, no matter how small. Conviction allows you to push beyond fatigue, because you know deep within that the outcome you are working toward is inevitable. The mind has the power to regenerate the body when it is aligned with a purpose that is deeply meaningful. Even when you feel depleted, when you have nothing left to give, conviction can spark new energy. This is not about ignoring physical limitations, but about understanding that the mind and spirit are far more powerful than the body alone. When you believe in what you are doing, truly believe, with every part of your being, your body will often find a way to keep going. Conviction gives you the ability to rest while still in motion. It's a sense of calm you feel amidst the storm, knowing that no matter how difficult the journey becomes, you are on the right path. When your belief in yourself and your vision is unshakable, you can tap into reserves of strength you didn't know you had. You begin to realize that rest is not always about stopping. It's about finding peace in your pursuit, knowing that every effort you make is aligned with your highest purpose. Loneliness can be one of the most painful experiences, especially when you are facing hardship. It's easy to feel as though you've been abandoned, left to face your struggles without support. But this sense of separation is an illusion. At the core of your being is a connection to something far greater than yourself, a creative power that is woven into the very fabric of the universe. You are never truly alone, because this power lives within you. The feeling of isolation often arises from the belief that you are disconnected from others, from success, or from the resources you need. But when you begin to understand that you are a part of a much larger whole, this illusion of separation begins to dissolve. The power that creates worlds is not something outside of you, waiting to be accessed. It is already within you, waiting to be acknowledged. Every challenge you face is not a sign that you are being tested alone, but a reminder that you possess the strength to overcome it. The universe, the creative force, whatever you wish to call it, is not separate from you. It is within you, working alongside you to bring your desires into reality. When you recognize this, the feeling of loneliness fades, replaced by a deep sense of connection to the source of all things. Rejecting the illusion of separation means understanding that you are always supported, even when it feels as though no one is physically beside you. The creative power within you is constantly responding to your thoughts, your beliefs, and your intentions. You are never truly alone, because this power is always present, always available to guide and support you on your journey. The moment you align with this truth, you begin to see that separation is nothing more than a temporary illusion, one that can be dissolved by reconnecting with the source of your own inner power. There's a tendency to avoid discomfort, to seek out the familiar and the easy path, because comfort offers a sense of security. But true growth, the kind that transforms your life, is only found in discomfort. It is when you are forced out of your comfort zone, when you face challenges that stretch you to your limits, that you begin to grow. Discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong, it's a sign that you are evolving, that you are being prepared for something greater. When you are tired, when your financial resources are depleted, and when it feels as though no one is by your side, that is when you are standing on the edge of transformation. These moments of discomfort are the pressure points that force you to tap into hidden strengths, to discover parts of yourself that you didn't know existed. The most significant growth doesn't come from the times when everything is going smoothly. It comes from the times when you are broken down, challenged, and pushed to your limits. Discomfort strips away the layers of illusion and pretense, forcing you to confront the truth of who you are and what you are capable of. When you are comfortable, it is easy to coast through life, to stick with what you know, and to avoid the difficult questions. But discomfort brings clarity. It forces you to face the parts of yourself that need to be healed, strengthened, and transformed. The challenges you face in isolation when you are broken, exhausted, are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to refine you. Growth through discomfort doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you more resilient. Each time you face a challenge and overcome it, you become better equipped to handle the next one. The experience of pushing through discomfort teaches you that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. It is in these moments of struggle that you begin to see yourself not as a victim of circumstance, but as a powerful creator of your reality. This kind of growth is not comfortable, and it's not easy, but it is necessary. It's the discomfort that fuels your evolution, that pushes you to seek solutions, to innovate, and to transform your life. Without discomfort, there is no incentive to change. But when life becomes uncomfortable, when you are faced with challenges that seem insurmountable, that is when you have the greatest opportunity to grow. Remember, the discomfort you feel is temporary, but the growth it brings is lasting. Every challenge, every obstacle, every moment of exhaustion is an opportunity for you to become more of who you are meant to be. Growth requires you to step into the unknown, to face your fears, and to push beyond what you think you are capable of. It's in the moments of discomfort, when you feel alone and tired, that the greatest transformations occur. The discomfort is not your enemy, it is your ally in the process of growth. In life, you will face moments when you are tired, broke, and feel utterly alone. These moments are not signs of failure, but opportunities for transformation. Self-reliance, as you have seen, is the force that shapes your destiny. It calls you to stand tall, even when everything around you seems to be falling apart. Your imagination, the gateway to abundance, gives you the power to create a new reality, even when your current circumstances suggest otherwise. Persistence in the face of adversity becomes your guiding light, teaching you that every trial strengthens your resolve and builds your character. Faith in the unseen is your anchor, reminding you that just because you cannot see the outcome doesn't mean it isn't on its way. Creation starts within, and as you reshape your internal world, your external reality will begin to shift. The illusion of scarcity dissolves when you realize that abundance starts in your thoughts. As you endure the trials alone, you deepen your mastery over your life. Rest, when anchored in conviction, regenerates you from within, allowing you to continue despite fatigue. Remember, you are never truly alone. The power that creates worlds is within you, constantly supporting you, even when it feels like you are facing the journey on your own. And lastly, growth is always found in discomfort. The challenges you face are not barriers, but catalysts that propel you toward your true potential. The struggle, the exhaustion, and the loneliness are all part of your evolution. Embrace these moments, for they are shaping you into the person you are destined to become. You are not defined by your current circumstances, but by the strength and resilience you cultivate as you move through them. Every step, no matter how small or difficult, brings you closer to the life you envision. So do it alone if you must. Do it broke. Do it tired, but know that in doing so, you are forging a path toward your greatest self. Ladies and gentlemen, we all have dreams, desires, and ambitions, yet many of us feel disconnected from the power to bring those visions into reality. But today I am here to reveal the simplest, most profound truth: you already possess everything you need to manifest anything you want. Imagination is the true beginning of all creation. Everything you see in the physical world, from the simplest object to the most complex achievements of mankind, was first conceived in the mind. The power to manifest anything you desire begins and ends with imagination. You might have heard it said that we create our reality, but how do we do that? It all starts with the mind's eye, where images of our desires are first formed. These mental pictures are not just daydreams, they are the blueprint for what will later unfold in your life. The world around us may seem solid and fixed, but it is really a mirror reflecting our inner state. Whatever you vividly imagine and focus on with intent starts the process of creation. When you focus your imagination on something, you are placing your attention on it. This act of attention is like planting a seed. Just as a seed will grow into a tree, the images you consistently hold in your mind will grow into reality. The key is to see what you want as clearly as possible, using all your senses. If you want a new job, for example, imagine not just the job itself, but the entire experience of having it. What does your workplace look like? How do you feel when you receive your first paycheck? What is your daily routine in this new job? By adding as much detail as possible to your imagined scene, you are making it more real in your subconscious mind, which is the source of all creation. The greatest challenge for most people is maintaining focus on their desires long enough for them to manifest. Too often, doubt creeps in, and the imagination shifts toward negative outcomes or fears. But the truth is, if you can hold steady in your vision, if you can see your desire clearly and repeatedly, it will inevitably begin to take shape in your life. Imagination is more powerful than logic because it taps into a higher realm of possibility, where the physical world has not yet taken form. This is why mastering the use of your imagination is the first step in manifesting anything you want. To truly manifest your desires, you must live in the end. This means embodying the state of having already received what you want, rather than wishing, hoping, or waiting for it to come. Living in the end is not a mental exercise where you merely think about your desire. It's a way of being. You must move through your day with the full assumption that what you seek has already come to pass. If you desire financial abundance, don't focus on the struggle to get there. Instead, imagine yourself already living in a state of wealth. Feel what it's like to have financial freedom. How do you walk, speak, and act when you are already abundant? When you live in this state, your outer world begins to reflect it. This concept may seem difficult at first, because it goes against the logical way we've been conditioned to think. We are taught to believe that we must see something first before we can believe it. But the opposite is true in manifestation. You must first believe it to see it. Living in the end requires a shift in consciousness, where you no longer identify with the lack of your desire. Instead, you identify with the fulfillment of it. You act and think from the perspective of someone who already has what they want. It's important to note that living in the end does not mean pretending or ignoring reality. It's about training your mind to consistently align with the feeling of already having what you desire, regardless of the current circumstances. This practice will naturally shift your energy and vibration, and the universe will respond accordingly. When you act as though your wish is fulfilled, you create a magnetic force that attracts the very experiences and opportunities that will bring your desire into physical reality. At the core of manifesting anything is the feeling behind your desire. Feeling is the secret ingredient that transforms an idea or a wish into a physical experience. While imagination provides the blueprint, it is your emotions that breathe life into that blueprint and bring it into reality. Think about a time when you were deeply emotional, whether in joy, excitement, or even fear. You likely noticed how quickly things seemed to shift around you in response to that emotion. This is because emotions are energy in motion, and they have a powerful influence on what manifests in your life. When you are trying to manifest something, it's not enough to simply think about it or visualize it. You must feel as though you already have it. This feeling creates a state of alignment between your inner world and the outer world, making it easier for you to materialize. Ask yourself, how would I feel if I had already received what I want? Would you feel a sense of relief, joy, peace, or excitement? Whatever the feeling is, allow yourself to experience it fully. Emotions act as a signal to the universe, letting it know what to bring into your life. The secret lies in maintaining that feeling, even when external circumstances don't yet show evidence of your desire coming to fruition. This is where most people struggle. They allow their emotions to be dictated by what they see around them, rather than by the vision they hold inside. But to manifest effectively, you must learn to generate and sustain the feeling of already having what you want, regardless of the current reality. By doing so, you align yourself with the frequency of your desire, and it must come to you. Belief is the foundation of any successful manifestation. What you truly believe about yourself, the world, and your desires determines the outcome of your efforts. If your beliefs are aligned with your desires, manifestation becomes effortless. However, when doubt creeps in, it can become a significant obstacle. The key is understanding that belief always overrides doubt. You must cultivate a deep, unwavering belief that what you want is not only possible, but is already on its way to you. Belief isn't just a thought in your mind, it's a state of being. It shapes how you perceive the world, how you respond to circumstances, and how you engage with opportunities. Belief is rooted in certainty, while doubt arises from fear and uncertainty. Manifestation begins to work when your belief is stronger than your doubt. For example, imagine wanting to attract a fulfilling relationship, but deep down believing that you're unworthy of love, or that good relationships never last. Those underlying beliefs will sabotage your efforts no matter how much you desire otherwise. The universe responds to your dominant beliefs, not just your conscious desires. To change this dynamic, it's crucial to shift your internal narrative. Start by examining your beliefs about what you desire. Ask yourself, do I believe this is truly possible for me? If you uncover any doubts or limiting beliefs, replace them with affirmations and mental practices that support the reality you wish to create. Beliefs are like mental habits. They may not change overnight, but with persistence, they will shift. The more you affirm your belief in the possibility of your desire, the more that belief will grow, and the doubt will naturally weaken. One of the most effective ways to strengthen belief is through visualization combined with emotion. When you imagine yourself living in the reality of your desire and connect deeply with the emotions of that experience, your subconscious mind begins to accept this as truth. The subconscious doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. Therefore, the more you believe in the outcome you desire, the more you condition your subconscious to accept it as an inevitable reality. As belief grows, doubt fades away, and the path to manifestation becomes smoother. Remember, belief always wins, and the universe will mirror that back to you. Manifestation is not a one-time event, it's a process that requires consistency and persistence. To bring your desires into reality, you must persist in the assumption that what you want is already yours. No matter what is happening in your external world, You must maintain the inner conviction that your desire is a done deal. This unwavering faith, even in the face of contrary evidence, is what ensures success. Persistence in assumption means that you do not allow temporary setbacks or lack of visible progress to deter you from your belief. It's easy to feel discouraged when things don't happen immediately, or when circumstances seem to contradict your desires. But true manifestation happens when you hold firm to the assumption of fulfillment, regardless of the outside world. This is not about ignoring reality, but about recognizing that the external world is a reflection of your previous assumptions. As you persist in your new assumption, reality will eventually catch up. Think of persistence as the fuel that keeps the fire of your desire burning. Many people give up too soon, right before their manifestation is about to materialize. They see a lack of progress as a sign that it's not working, and they revert to their old beliefs or assumptions. However, the truth is that the moment you persist in your assumption, you set powerful forces in motion that will bring about the desired result. Even when nothing seems to be happening, behind the scenes, the universe is rearranging circumstances to bring your desire into form. Persistence also requires emotional resilience. When you encounter challenges, it's easy to fall back into doubt or frustration. But you must remain emotionally aligned with your assumption of success. This doesn't mean suppressing negative emotions, but rather acknowledging them, and then returning to your state of belief. By continuously aligning yourself with the assumption that your desire is already a reality, you allow the manifestation to unfold in its perfect timing. The universe rewards those who persist, and with enough persistence, your assumption will inevitably become your reality. The present moment is the most powerful point of creation. Everything you desire, everything you wish to manifest, happens in the now. It is in this moment that you hold the power to align yourself with your desires, because the present is where your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs intersect to create your reality. Awareness of the present is crucial, because it's easy to get lost in memories of the past or fears of the future. But the only place where change can occur, and where manifestation can happen, is the present moment. When you fully immerse yourself in the present, you become aware of the energy you are putting out. Are you focused on what you lack, or are you aligned with the feeling of having your desire? Are your thoughts racing ahead to future worries, or are they centered in the now? The present is where you can choose what to think, how to feel, and what to focus on. By being present, you can catch yourself when your mind drifts toward doubt or fear and redirect it back to the state of belief and fulfillment. Awareness of the present also allows you to tap into your inner guidance. When you are present, you are more attuned to the subtle signs and opportunities that come your way. The universe communicates through synchronicities, intuitive nudges, and sudden insights, but these can only be noticed when you are grounded in the moment. Often people miss out on these cues because their mind is too preoccupied with the past or future. But by practicing mindfulness and presence, you become more receptive to the guidance that will lead you to your manifestation. In practical terms, being present means practicing mindfulness in your daily life. Whether it's during a simple activity like eating or walking, or while visualizing your desires, bring your full awareness to the now. Engage all your senses, feel your emotions, and observe your thoughts without judgment. The more you practice this, the more you train your mind to stay in the present, and the easier it becomes to manifest. Creation happens moment by moment, and by staying aware of the present, you harness the full power of your manifestation abilities. Where your attention goes, energy flows. This is one of the most fundamental truths when it comes to manifesting anything in your life. The power of attention cannot be overstated, as it directs your focus, and whatever you focus on becomes your reality. Your attention is like a magnifying glass, concentrating energy on whatever you choose to give it to. When you focus your attention on what you desire, you give it life, you nourish it, and it grows. However, if your attention is scattered or if it frequently returns to what you don't want, those unwanted aspects will continue to expand. Consider your mind as a fertile garden. Whatever seeds you plant, whether positive or negative, will grow. If you focus on seeds of doubt, fear, or lack, these seeds will sprout into a reality of obstacles and scarcity. However, if you direct your attention to the seeds of abundance, success, and love, those aspects of life will flourish. The challenge for many people is that they unconsciously allow their attention to drift toward what they don't want. They worry, they dwell on past failures, or they fixate on the obstacles in their way. This constant attention to the negative perpetuates a cycle of unwanted outcomes. Training your attention to stay focused on what you want takes practice, but it is the cornerstone of deliberate creation. Whenever you catch yourself focusing on what you don't want, gently redirect your attention to your desire. For example, if you are trying to manifest financial abundance, but you find yourself worrying about bills, consciously shift your focus to the feeling of financial freedom. Imagine what it would be like to have all your needs met, to have more than enough. By focusing on this reality, you are watering the seeds of abundance, and soon that will become your experience. The power of attention also relates to how you handle everyday challenges. It's easy to get pulled into negative thinking or reacting to unfavorable circumstances. But by consciously choosing where to direct your attention, you can maintain a state of alignment with your desires. This doesn't mean ignoring problems, it means choosing not to dwell on them. Instead, focus on solutions, on what's possible, and on the outcome you want. When your attention is consistently placed on what you wish to create, you become a magnet for those experiences. The universe responds to the dominant energy of your focus and brings more of what you are concentrating on. One of the most liberating aspects of manifesting anything is the realization that you don't need to control every detail of how your desire will unfold. In fact, trying to control the process can often slow down your manifestation or create unnecessary resistance. The easiest way to manifest what you want is to clearly identify your desire, feel it as already being real, and then release control over how and when it will come. This is where many people struggle, because they feel the need to micromanage the manifestation process. They want to know exactly how their desire will show up, who will help them, and when it will happen. But in doing so, they place unnecessary limits on the universe. When you release control, you'll open yourself up to infinite possibilities. The universe has far more creative solutions than the human mind can conceive. You may think there is only one way for your desire to come to fruition, but the universe may have a completely different and even better path in store. By trying to control the process, you restrict the flow of these possibilities. It's like trying to navigate a river by gripping the oars tightly, when the current is perfectly capable of carrying you downstream if you just let go. Releasing control doesn't mean abandoning your desire or being passive. It's about trusting that the universe knows how to bring your desire to you in the best possible way. Your job is to stay aligned with the feeling of having your desire, to take inspired action when necessary, and to let go of the need to control the details. When you surrender control, you make room for unexpected opportunities, synchronicities, and miracles to occur. Another important aspect of releasing control is releasing the need for your desire to show up in a specific time frame. Often, people get frustrated when their manifestation doesn't happen as quickly as they hoped, and this frustration creates resistance. By insisting that something must happen on a certain schedule, you create tension and block the natural flow of manifestation. However, when you trust that your desire will come in perfect timing at the right moment, in the right way, you align yourself with the effortless flow of the universe. Releasing control allows the process to unfold naturally, and often the result is far better than you could have planned or orchestrated yourself. The subconscious mind is the powerful force behind all manifestation. It is often referred to as the servant because it acts as a faithful assistant, bringing to life whatever you impress upon it through your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Your subconscious mind does not judge, filter, or question. It simply accepts whatever is repeatedly fed to it as truth and works to make that reality manifest in your life. Understanding how to work with your subconscious mind is key to manifesting anything you want. The subconscious operates on habit and repetition. This means that whatever you repeatedly tell yourself, whether positive or negative, becomes embedded in your subconscious. If you consistently tell yourself, "I am worthy of success," or "I am loved and supported," Your subconscious will accept this as a command and create situations that reflect this belief. However, if you constantly think thoughts like, "I never have enough money," or "I'm not good enough," your subconscious will dutifully bring those beliefs into your reality. This is why it's crucial to guard your thoughts and focus only on what you want to experience. The subconscious mind is most receptive when you are in a relaxed, meditative state. This is why many manifestation techniques recommend affirmations, visualizations, or scripting during times when you are deeply relaxed, such as before bed or upon waking. In these moments, your conscious mind, which is often full of doubt or distractions, is quieted, and your subconscious can absorb new beliefs more easily. By regularly impressing your subconscious with positive, constructive thoughts, you begin to change the programming that influences your external reality. The subconscious mind also works through symbols, images, and emotions. This is why visualizing your desires as though they are already fulfilled is such a powerful manifestation tool. When you vividly imagine yourself living in the state of your desire, and you feel the emotions that would accompany that reality, your subconscious accepts this as your current experience. It then works behind the scenes to align your external world with the internal image you've created. By treating your subconscious as a servant that is always listening and responding, you can harness its power to effortlessly manifest anything you want. The final and perhaps most critical step in manifesting anything you want is aligning with the feeling of fulfillment. The universe operates on vibration, and everything you experience in your life is a reflection of the frequency you are vibrating at. Your emotions are the strongest indicator of your vibrational state. When you feel positive emotions like joy, gratitude, and love, you are in alignment with the higher vibrations of your desires. When you feel fear, doubt, or frustration, you are out of alignment with what you want to manifest. Therefore, learning how to consistently align with the feeling of already having what you desire is the key to bringing it into reality. Aligning with the feeling of fulfillment means tapping into the emotions you would feel if your desire were already manifested. If you are trying to manifest a new relationship, for example, don't focus on the longing for a partner, as this will keep you in a state of lack. Instead, focus on the feelings of love, joy, and connection that you expect to experience in the relationship. Feel those emotions now, as though the relationship is already present in your life. The universe doesn't respond to words or desires, it responds to the energy you emit. By embodying the feelings of fulfillment, you create a powerful magnetic force that draws your desire to you. One of the most effective ways to align with the feeling of fulfillment is through gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotional state that aligns you with the frequency of abundance and contentment. When you feel grateful for what you already have, you signal to the universe that you are in a state of receiving. Gratitude also helps you maintain a positive mindset, which is essential for keeping your vibration high. Even if your current reality doesn't yet reflect your desire, you can still find things to be grateful for. This practice shifts your focus away from lack and aligns you with the energy of having. Another way to align with the feeling of fulfillment is by engaging in activities that bring you joy and elevate your mood. When you are happy and engaged in life, you naturally emit a higher vibration, which makes you a magnet for positive experiences. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, or simply enjoying nature, find ways to cultivate joy in your everyday life. This not only makes the manifestation process more enjoyable, but also accelerates the arrival of your desires. When you are in a state of fulfillment, the universe reflects that state back to you in the form of manifested desires. It's important to note that aligning with the feeling of fulfillment doesn't mean ignoring your current reality. If challenges or obstacles arise, acknowledge them, but don't dwell on them. Instead, focus on how you want to feel once your desire is fulfilled, and do your best to embody those feelings now. This requires a level of emotional mastery, as you must train yourself to focus more on the inner reality of your desires than the outer circumstances of the moment. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to maintain a state of fulfillment, even when things don't seem to be going your way. This state of alignment is what ultimately brings your desires into physical form. To conclude, the easiest way to manifest anything you want is to align your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs with the reality you desire. It all begins with the power of imagination, where you create the mental blueprint of your desire. By living in the end, you move from wishful thinking to a state of being, where your desire is already fulfilled. Feeling is the secret that bridges the gap between imagination and reality, and belief overrides any doubt that might hinder the process. Persistence in assumption ensures that you stay aligned with your desire, no matter what temporary setbacks arise. The power of attention is what nurtures your desire, focusing your energy on what you want rather than what you lack. Releasing control allows the universe to work in ways that you may not foresee, opening the door to endless possibilities. Your subconscious mind, acting as your faithful servant, tirelessly works to bring into your life whatever you impress upon it through repetition and emotion. Finally, aligning with the feeling of fulfillment, feeling as though your desire is already here, creates the vibrational match necessary for manifestation. Ultimately, manifesting is not about forcing reality to bend to your will, but about mastering your inner world. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with what you want, the outer world will naturally follow. The universe is always responding to the energy you put out, and by maintaining a state of fulfillment, gratitude, and trust, you become a powerful creator of your reality. Trust the process, believe in your power, and watch as the universe effortlessly brings your desires into your life.